With all the rain that we've been having, I'll just show you. This is the field and how wet. I'm not even putting all my pressure down on that yet. I could just... The worst spring ever for water. And again, more trees down. Look at that, eh? I just step off my quad and just sink. This is a field that farmers are supposed to be farming in. That's how bad it's getting. So I'm just down checking things out in the back part of our property, and back there we got one of our islands that are in there, and they are lower spots, and we're going this August. We'll be going into our 4th year being here, and we've had our share of weather, rain and stuff, but nothing like this spring. We've had way too much rain, and there's no end in sight as of yet. And wind. There's more down trees that I have to come back and remove. And one of the things that I'm finding very interesting is these islands back here are filling up with water so much that it's pouring and overflowing out of the field right into our other low spots. Which I get, it's supposed to drain, which is fine, but I've never seen this before. This is insane. Even in spring thaws, you may get a little bit coming through here, but this year has been insane. Just crazy. So I'm just back here at the greenhouse area, and what our plan is, you let us know in the comments what you think. But there's the greenhouse, and it is half 41 feet. The other half is 41 feet. I believe it's 18 and a half feet wide. We're getting a lot of single digit nights, a lot of rain. Our garden, and the wind too, the wind's been really, really bad. There's no way we could plant in the ground outside. It's way too saturated. I can't even put the weed barrier down because to stake it in the ground, it won't even hold because the ground's so saturated it'll just rip it right out. The beautiful one and I have been talking because of the water issues, with the water coming off and into the animal area, which is bad, but they have a lot of dry areas still, which is okay. What we're thinking about doing is taking the greenhouse the whole way, 82 feet long, 18 and a half feet wide, moving the animal side over to the other side of the barn, on that side where the trees are, making the pen even wider, and it would be the whole entire length on that side. So they'll have an 82 foot by 35 foot pen, and splitting it up into possibly 2 or 3 different areas for them, so we can let one area grow as they're in as another section, and then still continue doing outdoor garden here. Obviously we need to build this up, but we can do our corn and stuff like that out there. We do have pumpkins that do need to go into the ground. We're still getting extremely cold temperatures. Well, not extremely cold, but cold temperatures at night. It's extreme for the plants. But yeah, I mean, I think taking the greenhouse, making it bigger to 82 feet is going to be smarter, because then when we have weather like this, we don't have to worry, because we can plant. And I'll just do raised beds. And the other side, I'll do it completely different. I'm not going to do a full one like we have in there, because that'll take way too much dirt. But I'm going to do some single. I don't know. I'll think about that. That can change at any time. It's no big deal. But making it 82 feet long, I think, would be better. because then this area here, yes, we'll have to put water catchment and get some dirt in to help keep most of this water away from here, because planting out here, this is just too much water. We need some kind of drainage, which would be okay. We can take a drain from that side and dig a trench all along the side, empty this area over here, and they can just run off out that way, which is okay. But I'd like to catch some of this water for watering the animals, watering plants and stuff when we do get good weather. It's a lot drier on the other side compared to this side, so that's another benefit for the animals being on that side, plus all the trees that have shade, plus they'll get sun, and a lot more for them to root around and forage and stuff on the other side. And then we can also see the animals from the house, and if we're sitting outside, whatever, we can still see the animals. Back here, obviously we can't see them, they're on the opposite side of the barn, so there's more benefits to moving them, which sucks because we put a lot of work into this, but yet we're planning on living here for a long time, so if we put more work in and doing it that way, it'll work. But that's one thing about a homestead, you do what you need to do and it works, but then you find out you have better ideas which will work better for long term. So I think that's where we're at now with the animal area, is because of the weather and the water, it's basically showing us, hey, there's a better idea here. So just let me know in the comments what you think, and I'm almost positive of what I'm gonna probably hear. Good day, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. We're not doing too bad here. In a little bit of a slump. Our hot water heater went for the craps, and no matter what I do, I can't get it to go again. It happened back in the fall, and I monkeyed with it just a little bit and got it running again. Thankfully, it lasted the winter, but now it's finally done. I banged on the edge of the water tank, and all I can hear is just rust falling, and it's junk. And the guy that came out in the fall and looked at it, he was like surprised I even got it running again. He's like, this thing is pretty much pooched. You should be replacing it. And I think from there, what our mistake is, we should have thought about that. We should have thought, maybe we should save up for a water heater, and took the winter and had the money saved, but we didn't, because we took it for granted. We thought it's working, we'll just go with it, and after time you kind of forget about it until something happens, and now something happened, and the riding lawnmower is toast. One of the drive shafts, the whole pulley, the drive shaft, the blades, the whole assembly snapped right off. I don't even know how that happened. It kind of blows my mind, because when I was cutting the grass was only like that tall, and I don't even know why. Grass was not extremely tall, wasn't really hard to cut. It was cutting really good, and it was just really wet. So I thought, all the wetness in here and the little bit of a buildup that we have, nothing major. That's not a lot. I just spun the belts off. So I thought I'd come out, take a look, try to get the belts back on. And yeah, a whole entire shaft just freaking snapped right off. This is freaking ridiculous. Pisses me off, this stupid Husqvarna bullcrap stuff. It seems like Husqvarna just makes some cheap quality machines. It's almost impossible to deal with anyone from Husqvarna, and then they also always pass blame. They're like, go to your local dealer, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I can't take my stuff anywhere. I don't have means to take a lawnmower and the snowblower and all that stuff to a dealer where they're going to charge me so much money just to even look at stuff for, it's like $125 an hour. Can't afford that. So we're just stuck for now. It's just grass. It's not a big deal. If it gets to a certain point, I got a weed eater. But yeah, that's the least of my worries. The biggest concern is the hot water. I think I came up with the idea of taking and getting the hot water heater removed and then putting in a tankless water heater just for our shower and our kitchen. And at least that way we can shower and do our dishes and stuff like that. Other than that, I mean, there's not much more going on. I'm just hoping that animals will start moving here since the rain and that has stopped for now and pretty calm. A lot of times they'll start coming out because of the break in the weather, and they'll eat and then they'll go back to bed for a while. Yesterday I got to see a really nice buck sitting here. He came right up and he likes the mineral block that's sitting here. He was licking on that like crazy. And so I brought some green back here for them, and just hoping to see some deer, some activity. But if not, it's okay too. I like sitting back here recharging and moving forward. So I just hope everyone else is doing good. We're doing okay. Just, we just have a few roadblocks, but we'll move past it for sure.